Another grey Sunday morning in the UK. What's up, guys? It's your boy Falcon. What do I call myself these days? FalconBlizZACK? FalconBlizZACK? Who cares? Who cares? I'm just going for a stroll in the woods. Honestly, I'm also testing out a new camera. Check this out, man. Look how good this vlogging picture is. It's a new mode, so it's like a vlogging mode, but you can get your whole body in the camera. I didn't really want to talk about anything, but might as well discuss something, or some things, you know. First things first, you know, not really a channel update, but you guys kind of know from my last stream and sentiments from before. You know, I'm just fed up with this type of content, talking about really nonsense that isn't productive and isn't really valuable, in my opinion. You know, and I think a lot of this content generates a lot of people with loser mentalities, to be honest with you. And I know that offends a lot of people. You know, people don't want to be called a loser, but sometimes it's the truth. You know, sometimes it is the truth. Again, like I've said many times before, it really disappoints me when I see people over years and years, you know, maybe even a decade, people with the same mentality in these spaces. You know, let's define what a loser is, okay? In my opinion, a loser is someone who, after a long span of time, hasn't found solutions to their problems. You know, in life, I'm not trying to come on you like some master teacher. Pause. You know, I'm not trying to come on you, but you know, every day there should be problems in life, and it's our task as thinking people, sentient beings, to find solutions to these problems. You know, oh, it's raining. Okay, get an umbrella. Oh, it's muddy. Okay, don't wear your trainers like I'm doing. Get some Wellington boots. Do you know what I mean? But when you're the type of person that doesn't figure out or can't gather solutions to certain problems that you might have had, the finger gets pointed at you. And that is what I define as a loser. Someone who hasn't figured out how to deal with their problems. So a pet peeve of mine, you know, and I speak with a lot of people in forums, chat rooms. I mean, not a lot, because again, these days, I'm just, I'm out of the scene. You know, I'm out of this whole quote unquote self-improvement thing where you're trying to invigorate guys to have a zest for life. You know, that's pretty impossible. You know, I figure that's pretty impossible. You can't tell people or coach people or encourage people to do better for themselves. Unfortunately, at a certain point in life, your experiences, plus, you know, of course, like a lot of losers like to use, your genetics, your genetic disposition is what will determine how far you go. Might come to things like, you know, willpower, how consistent you are, you know, your expertise and stuff like that. You know, so I think it's really redundant. You know, it's really redundant to try and coach people or incentivize people to do better. You know, you either want to do better or you don't want to do better. I think the best position is people who want to do better but don't know exactly how to do better, right? And for these people, you know, often promote taekwondo and the martial arts. You know, but I already know that most people is this camera cool or what? What do you think? You know, I'm even getting a rare shot, I believe. You know, most people won't go to taekwondo. Most people won't sign up to do martial arts because it's hard work. You know, and that's the paradox, isn't it? You know, some of these guys think that, oh, genetics determine everything. But at the same time, what you do in life imprints on your genetics. You know what I mean? Genetics is just like memory of a lifetime that gets passed on. Right? But let me pass a few of these strangers.
But also, I don't want to complete the bay window.
So what I'm trying to say is that if you don't have the will to get your ass up, to do the thing that someone who might be more experienced and older than you is advising you to do, but you don't want to do it because you have these beliefs that keeps you stagnant and frozen in place, frozen in time, yeah, that tells you that it's not genetics, it's you. Because you are a conscious being and you are aware of your behaviors, and what you've chosen to do was to not do the thing. You know, it's Sunday. A lot of people probably in bed. You know, I just passed the track. A lot of kids out there running and training. You know, whereas a lot of grown people, a lot of grown-ass people chilling in bed until what? Early afternoon and your Sunday's done. But then you're going to blame genetics. You know, that's pretty much what I'm talking about. You know, so it's just frustrating to try and coach these types of people. At the end of the day, man, it's still survival of the fittest. You know, you either have it or you don't. You either acquire it or you don't. You know, if he dies type of thing. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people to trains, probably not. I think the problem is when you go through school and stuff like that, a lot of people, some people might call it liberal mindsets or whatever, but a lot of people get convinced that life is just a lovely, friendly, you know, people are supportive, human beings are always nice. A lot of people get convinced of that softy experience, when in reality, you know, we're still natural beings and it's still nature, you know.
I can never get
Yeah, life is harsh, life is tough, but you have to stand up to the challenge and again find problems to the solutions. Oh, sorry, what am I saying? Find solutions to the problems. If you can't do that, then you're probably gonna sink. You know, the people, the tribe, the culture that can't find solutions to their problems, do you know where they are now? Do you know where they are now? You know, they're extinct. They're gone. You know, the tribe that were too friendly, too receptive, they got juiced, they got pimped, they got used up, and they got taken out. You know, that's how it is. They're animals. The weaker animals that are not, you know, able to defend themselves, they don't have the claws, they don't have the weapons that their kind needs, they die out, they get beaten. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with humanity, you know? So I just think that that's part of the problem. And you can't, I think that it's not good to be in the habit of trying to, I don't think it's a good practice trying to entrain guys to acquire some of these qualities, you know? Some of it, yes, is going to be innate, but the other part of it is going to be your willpower and your ability, what you choose to do, you know? And that's the truth. Tell me what you think about this camera. You know, and this is why, now forgive my, it might sound egotistical, but this is why my voice, when I was talking about this stuff, was very much needed, because as a martial artist, as a black belt who's fought for many years on an international level, there is not many people out here on the internet with that skill set, you know. And I think a martial artist is the typical type of self-improvement that a lot of people are kind of desiring. You know, a lot of people now think is a cult, a lot of people now think is mythical and doesn't exist. You know, I inhibit a lot of those qualities. You know, again, that's not me being arrogant, but that's the truth. And so my experience and viewpoint is one of someone who understands that a human being is able to defy the odds. You know, I've described many occasions in competitions where literally your willpower is all you have left to override and overcome the obstacle, your competitor, the challenge. You know, it was very easy to give up. It was very easy to not turn up to training. It was very easy to surrender the fight. You know, in a competition, for example, you might find you're up against the previous Olympic champion, but you have to go ahead and compete. You know, it doesn't matter who's in front of you. You have to find a way to win. And so this is why I understand that a lot of people can't relate to my point of view, and a lot of people again think it's mythical. A lot of people think I'm just being, someone called me blue-pilled because of having these thoughts. You know, it is what it is, man. With the pills and stuff, I don't even care. This is how trashy these places have become. You know, full of reoccurring talking points, full of people who are not progressing their life, full of stagnant people. Whoops. Sorry, I had to cut because a kid ride his scooter too fast. Full of stagnant people, and again, a lot of people get offended by that. But it's like, why are you offended by that if that's the truth? You know, a lot of people's complaints. A lot of people complain about the same thing they accuse other people of being. You know, soft and delusional. A lot of guys behave that way as well. And that's the truth. And it's the harsh truth that a lot of people are not ready to hear. And you know, I accept where people are at. You know, I accept that some people just won't understand, some people are just in their way. And this is what I mean by it's no one's place to try and convince people to be something else. You know, you either have it in you or you don't, you either understand it or you don't. You know, the master, I'm not calling myself a master now, but the master is not going up to the novice, you know, and forcing them to learn their art. You know, the novice has to find a master because they have the drive and they want to learn, they want to acquire the skills. You know, the thing about content creation is that it's the other way around. You know, it's masters, you know, trying to coach novices. And the thing about that is what tends to happen and what we always see is that you're going to get the so-called grifters, you know. You're going to, again, there is no, apart from money, there is no reason, no real emphasis to be putting yourself out there and to be talking like this, because you're going to get a lot of haters, a lot of enemies are going to come your way, a lot of snowflakes who get offended by your higher ground or high morale talking point or attitude. There's no point, you know. So yeah, it's pretty pointless. So that's my stance on the things. I know I'm being repetitive, but really I just want to try this camera because I'm going to use it for a lot of new content, different content. I know I keep saying that, but I'm a man of my word. So I just really want to test out the quality of this mode particularly because it's like a good vlogging mode where you can see everything. You know, it's very unique and different. Even this view, you know, this is like a drone shot. You know, you can't get this on anything else. And, you know, I like my creativity. I like stuff like this, but let me know what your thoughts are. Do you agree, disagree with what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on this camera? If you want to know what the camera is, just ask and I will give you the details. You know, but for now, it's your boy Falcon out. Peace.